Okay. Everyone hear me all right? Hopefully, yes. For some reason, I am not seeing... There we go. All right. I couldn't see the chat for a second. I was waiting for someone to pop in there. Okay. Yes, indeed. SorceryCon hype. That is where we are at. I accidentally clicked and started this a little early. I was trying to get out to make sure my mics were working, and then I hit the button to get started. And I was like, oh, this is not good. I guess we're starting early. All right, so I've got these two boxes here. These are the two boxes that were the middle in the case. So I'm going to open these up. Still just trying to build a play set. I still don't have a full non-foil set of Gothic. I never collect a foil set. But I do not have a non-foil set of Gothic. So I went ahead and decided I'm going to keep on opening boxes. I should just buy singles at this point, but it's just too much fun to open this stuff. So I'm just opening up more Gothic, even though I shouldn't. I will say, for those of you that have not noticed, yeah, I'd love to have one of the Australian cases. It seems like Rudy over at Alpha Investments has been talking a lot about sorcery, which I think it's good for the game in a lot of ways. I mean, a lot of people watch his stuff. So, did I not get through? There we go. I didn't think I got through the thing. So, I think that's interesting that he's talking about it so much. Hey! That's awesome. Love having Australians in here. I don't know. Have I? I mean, I know the Australian boxes have been fantastic. But I don't know that I've seen your actual breaks. Where are you posting them at? I guess I'm not connecting the handle with with whoever you are in the Discords. I'm gonna adjust this just a bit here. Oh, very nice. Yeah. That's awesome. All right, starting off with a Rat King. All right, get my pile started here. Anything else? Nothing else. That's okay. But I am trying to get ready for SorceryCon. We are hoping that a lot of the rules stuff gets clarified. That's kind of the big thing that I know I'm waiting on. Master Necromancer. There are a lot of rules in Gothic. A lot of new cards that just need some serious help. That's cool. But yeah, you know, it's just I'm kind of wondering if what was I saying? Oh yeah, the rulings. I just know, hey, Dole Chance. Hey, here it is. So this is one of the cards that's actually causing us rule issues. So that first part, tap any number of nearby allies. The question is that a cost? Now, according to the Codex, the Codex as it's worded right now, that isn't a cost, but certainly to, individuals, that sounds like a cost. So is that part of the cost of the card? So that's one of the things. There's a couple of cards like this in the Gothic set that really need to be clarified, about numerous things. But one of them is something like that a cost? Hey! Oh, that's awesome. Sweden. Very cool. Oh, hey, look at that. I needed a second copy of this, and I'm glad to get this because the price on this card has really been moving up. Very cool. Oh, looks like we got our first foil too. What's it going to be? Or am I just... Nope, nope. I was getting bad reflection. Bad reflection. All right. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing for SorceryCon that, you know, is getting all these rulings kind of in place. There's a Ifrit. Making sure that, you know, things are consistent. So I'm really hoping before we get to SorceryCon that we get some clarifications, some more facts. You know, there's a lot of things that we need to get clarified. Hello? Hello, hello. So that we can actually run that event and know, hey, have you guys been seeing? This thing is on the move. And the problem is people are just putting it in their deck because it's just so good. Being able to just move your minions, it's just amazing. So this, yeah, I wish I could pull a Curio. I'm actually going to put that with the uniques at this point. That almost that hits so good. I'm just like, yeah, that's almost like pulling a unique at this point. River Rapids, yeah, both of those cards, super fun. You all know I'm very fond of movement-like effects. Is that? Yeah, that's a unique. I don't think I've ever opened this unique. I'm pretty sure I don't. So the side events at SorceryCon, yeah. So what's going on with that? They haven't posted those. And basically because of that, I think what's going to happen is it's going to be something that's done at the event. So you can sign up for those major event. Of Wuthering Heights, the foil of that, I don't think... It had already moved up quite a bit early on. I feel like the foil of Wuthering Heights was like 60 bucks. Hey, look, $3.50. There's a Corruptor. All right. But yeah, the side events at SorceryCon, I think what's going to happen is we're going to get there and then, you know, you'll be able to sign up for those side events at the event. So I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. At least I've got to assume at this point. Hellfire. I still love this card. Yeah, I know, planning. I know it's not necessarily ideal, but honestly, you know, most people are going to be playing in that main event on the main event Thursday that starts, and the main event Saturday that starts. I'm assuming that, you know, most everyone are going to be playing in those two main events, and then the side events, you know, people will do on Friday and Sunday while, you know, the other folks are finishing up whatever. Stitched Abomination. No foils in this box so far. So I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be nice. So I don't think anyone has tried to cosplay as me yet. No. That you don't want to do that. You really don't. You don't want to look like me. I'm oh Lord. I am judging. Yeah. I will be judging the whole event. You're hilarious. Yeah. In terms of, you know, if people want me to sign stuff or whatever, I mean, you'll find me around. Hey, Archangel Gabriel. That completes my playset, so that's awesome. Very cool. Of course, I always love Vasily, too, so... yeah, so, I mean, if people want me to sign... Hey, look at that! Kind of appropriate. Someone asked me if I'm going to play Hate, and we pull one of the most important cards in Hate. you know, the deck, this is one of the key cards in that deck because, again, every time you play it, more than likely, you're going to be able to select that card just because everyone's playing some evil and stuff. So that is awesome. All right. And, oh, it's an exceptional. Of course it's an exceptional. Moving on to the middle column. Yeah, I actually, and you know what's weird about this card in foil, or just the art in general on this card? No, I am not charging $5 to sign a card. Stop that. I didn't realize that this art was, oh, okay, no, this one was done by Pedro. Okay. No, that's not Pedro. Hang on. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. No, it's Heidi. This art was done by Heidi, and this is just, you know, all of Heidi's cards just have a very specific style, and this doesn't have it. So it was really interesting. I was like, oh wait, that's a Heidi one? Okay. Hey! This guy's been moving up nice and slow. Nice and slow. Just, you know, people are using him. And that's good, right? That's what we want to see with non-foil cards is a slow, steady growth in the price, because people are like, oh, this card's good, this card's useful, rather than those big jumps that we have been seeing with some other cards. And I needed that for my, yeah, Heidi's stuff is just, it's interesting. And Tombstone Wardens. Another card that's causing some issues. So, because of the way this works and because of the way the layer system works right now, technically this card can never be disabled. So again, this is another one of the cards that, you know, I'm hoping we get some clarification on before we get to SorceryCon, because the change in type right now on the layer system happens after applying disabled. So, you know, this thing becomes a creature after disabled's applied, so it can't be disabled. So it's a very odd situation for it right now. But yeah, I don't know. Is anyone else? I know. Is anyone here coming to SorceryCon going to be joining me? Going to be judged by me? Nothing going on in that pack. Acid Rain's good though. Oh, we got a foil. Yeah, that's foil ice shards because I really let that one slide. Falling Star. Yeah, foil ice shards. But hey, a foil ordinary. Look at that. I would love to come down to Australia. I would absolutely love to come down to Australia at some time. It's definitely on my list. Key to the City, interacting with River of Blood. Yes, Key to the City is another card that is seriously a problem. You know, what sites does it really turn off? What sites it doesn't? So yes, that's another one I definitely hope we get a lot of clarifications on before we get to SorceryCon, because, you know, and I think no matter how that card's ruled, some people are not going to be happy. Key to the City, you know, what can and can't you ignore? So I don't know that, I think there's going to be some things that'll be like, yes, that makes sense. And then other things, parts of it that won't make sense. But Key to the City is going to need a lengthy FAQ, I think. And Trade Encampment. This card may have potential in the future. The ability to swap out artifacts in your collection of the same rarity. You know, if you dead draw a core late game, and then you can swap it for some higher end artifact, that may in the future actually see some use down the road. What have we got here? We're at 4 and 2, plus a Wuthering Heights. Hey, Hey! There we go. Another unique. I think I needed another copy of this. So that's perfect. So now I have one for my binder set, one for my play set. All right, so original artwork. Best thing to do if you are looking for original artwork is to reach out directly to the artist. So find out, whatever art you're looking at and contact the artist. Almost all of them have like Facebook pages or Instagram or their own web pages where you can reach out. You can say, hey, I'm interested in this painting or whatever, or some of your paintings. How would I acquire those? That is the best way to do it. Mayor of Milbourne there. And that's the best way to, we got a foil here. Foil Zeppelin. Very fun. And exceptional though, right? Yep, another exceptional. So yeah, just reach out straight to the artist. I will tell you, a lot of Gothic art has already been purchased. Actually, a considerable amount of Gothic art. But that is the best way to do it, is reach out directly to the artist and just say, hey. Now, I will say there are some artists that are very difficult to reach. For example, Vasily speaks Russian. That's all he speaks is Russian. And he doesn't really respond in messages that I've been able to get him to. So, hey, I needed a third copy of this. That's awesome. So that's really the thing. And then, I never can't say his right. Jussie is also a very difficult man to get a hold of. He sometimes will respond, sometimes won't, I've heard. I have never personally been able to get him to respond to any of my messages. I'm assuming it's because he's busy, because he's a very private individual, something like that. So just so you know, even if you reach out to an artist, which is still the best way, sometimes you might not hear anything for a while. Sometimes you might, you won't hear anything. And also, like in the case of Vasily, if you were trying to, ship something into the USA from Russia right now, it's a big deal. I don't know if Australia has any type of sanctions going on against any nations that might cause you those same types of issues. But that's something you definitely want to consider, depending upon, who you're asking for art. And also, you gotta be careful of import fees. Most of the artists are pretty good about avoiding that, but at least here in the US, because of the current administration, it's a little bit more sketchy to ship stuff in. You might get hit with a nice little unexpected tax. So you got to be careful of that when doing the original art too. Isn't Lindsay Crummett down in Australia? That might be the best way to start, right? If you like any of Lindsay's art, just checking in with her, because then you're dealing with in-country purchases. So that might be something to consider if you are fond of any of her art in particular. Oh, Sacred Stag. Such a good card. Such a good card. Hey. Foil Blightstone. Oh, look at that! Double foil pack! Double foil pack! A Blightstone and a Mimic. So that probably means this box will be short a foil. So that's 5 foils, one of them being a foil elite, 3 foil exceptionals, 1 foil ordinary. Yeah, the international tariffs thing is just a nightmare, and not to mention, if you've got like stuff between this card just haunts me. That reflection. Nothing there. It would be cool to hit a curio. I've not hit one in Gothic yet, but for a person, given the number of boxes I've personally purchased, I've been very fortunate. I've hit what? 1, 2 curios? 3 curios. 2 curios. I think 2. So, Clairvoyant. I think this one sold really early. Oh yeah, yeah. International shipping is frightening. It's very scary. Depending upon how familiar the artist is actually with it. I can tell you, like, Caio down in Brazil, he knows how to ship internationally. He puts the paintings in a level of protection that is absolutely insane. So Twilight Bloom actually came in a wooden crate that he had constructed. So, you know, there was just no way for it to get damaged. Well, how do you, is that Ophanum? Ophanum? Yeah. But yeah, that's how I would start, you know, and obviously, like, if you can meet the artist, you know, locally, which I doubt you could do that in Australia, but if you can do it, you can do it at SorceryCon. I am very excited. Elvira is going to be at SorceryCon, and I'm hoping against hope that she brings Chaos Wish with her. I really want to see that in person. Plague Pits. There we go. So yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of the sorcery folks, Necronoma concert, it's definitely, you know, especially as a person who judges events, you know, the people that I've rarely had an issue where, you know, someone's gotten heated over a judging decision or something like that. And that's true even at these really big events when the prizing's actually pretty substantial. You know, and it's just, we never really had that problem. I do wonder, given some of the issues that other games are having, if we might start getting some folks, you know, that don't go with the sorcery community vibe, I guess would be the way to say it. So that's going to be interesting over, I think, the next year and a half to see how many of those folks come in. But I do think, honestly, the way the gameplay of sorcery is, because it's kind of loose, I think that's a fair way to explain sorcery play. You know, it's not hyper competitive. You've got to kind of read into some of the text and what it does, and so I think that may keep some of the people who are very, very competitive. I've got another foil here. Infusion Factory. That may keep those folks out of the game just because they don't like kind of the way it works. Tombstone Wardens. Now, I'm pretty sure that is my 3rd foil copy of Tombstone Wardens. How crazy is that? This is box... What box is this? Box 17, and I've pulled 3 of the same elite foil. That is weird. And that might finish this box out. I might have another, I'm hoping there's another unique in here. There's only 5 uniques out of this box so far. Hey, look, speaking of it, I asked for it and I got it. There we go. Very cool. All right. 3 packs left in this box here. I will say, I'm assuming I'm not going to hit another foil. 3 boxes out of this case, and I have not hit a single unique foil yet. So either the next 3 boxes really need to pick it up, or I may have finally run into one of those 1 unique foil cases, or 1 unique foil in a case cases. My first couple of cases were wonderful. I've been very fortunate getting 3 unique foils in every case. Hey! Nice! It's not the last pack, but I'll take it. It's close enough to last pack magic. Very nice. And I know you guys are like, Josh, you run her down all the time. I don't run her down. She's a great card. I just don't necessarily agree with her current price point. Oh, hey, you're welcome, Morticore. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, congratulations on getting that. Yeah, so no, that was a really cool thing. They let me announce that. So, and for those of you that are in the Midwestern states, we are really gearing up for the Explorer series. There are going to be a whole lot more events this year. It's going to be, oh, hey, we did get another foil. Look at that. Got ourselves another exceptional. So 2 elite foils, 4 exceptional foils, and 1 ordinary foil. So we are gearing up for the Explorer series again. Going to be a lot more events this year. So, you know, we're going to, basically it's going to be, you'll have more options, but you probably won't attend as many just because there are so many to attend. So, oh no, that's awful. You lost the foil signed card. Oh man. Getting some water, guys. Sorry about that. That's terrible. You hate to hear it. Let's open this next one. Oh, you got the Desecrate. Yeah, no, that one's totally, that you can miss that completely. Yeah, losing a signed card, man, that sucks. You think you left it like at the event, or just you have no idea? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brian always likes to bring his stuff. And man, he paints big. All of his paintings just seem to be huge. Yeah, so the Explorer Series events are in person only. We have been slowly growing it. So I do have an event that I host out of Bloomington, Indiana. And it's mostly in the Midwest, in the US. But they are growing it. We're seeing how it goes. You know, you never know how big this thing could get. And I would love to see it being international even. Oh, that sucks. Man. Yeah, but I mean, I have high hopes for where the Explorer series is going to go. Because Eric's Curios is a smaller company. And it's tough for them to they don't have the staff to do all this just yet. And so I think it would be great if, something like the Explorer series can help them out, can be kind of a big major event thing that folks can go to. Again, hopefully, once it's expanded across the US, it's something that could potentially be expanded even internationally if people were interested in that. And they do all sorts of cool stuff. For those of you that have never seen or participated in any of the Explorer series event stuff, they do all these really cool custom things for each series. I have seen some of those custom. Man, now that's the way to start off the next box. Very nice. Very nice. So I just did a video on the Explorer series. It was actually tucked into my most recent video discussing it for about 5 minutes. But if you go to the Explorer series website, if you just Google Sorcery Explorer series, it will come right up. And that will get you where you need to be. I'm gonna fix these real fast. So don't get them mixed up. So know what box got what in it. Put that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so just go, Google Sorcery Explorer series. It'll come right up, and you can see all about it. But again, some of the really cool things that they're working on this time as part of the prizing. Oh man, there we go. Well, this is a great card. Another really good card. So yeah, just if you're in the Midwest at all, just check it out because it's a great time. The events are great. The organizers, so each event has one organizer, and you know, every one of those folks is just putting everything they can into that event to make it something special for their community. I think I know what I'm going to do for my event to make it a little special. Hey, there we go. Got our first foil. Foil scatter. Boy, that's very pretty. Look at that. Woo! Yeah, that's very pretty. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Nothing there. So, yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do for my Explorer Series event. And I think people will want to show up. Now, unfortunately, mine is going to be capped at 24 people just because of the size of the store. And unfortunately, the size of our playmats for the game. Ah, yes. Another guy who's causing rule problems. Set players maximum life to their current life. Well, the thing is, avatars have life, not players. So, I mean, we all intuitively can say, well, we know what this means. But it is a conflict. And because of the use of players versus avatar, it has caused a lot of conflict with some cards. So that's another clarification. I'm hoping we really get a big clarification about player and avatar prior to SorceryCon so that we don't have to, you know, have any crazy rulings related to that. Nope, got another foil and another unique. We got the Apostles. Well, I guess that's the first unique of this box. Yeah, that's the first unique. That Wuthering Heights is starting to feel like a unique at this point. I don't know what that foil is. Oh, Lash. I should have known that one. That's an ordinary, right? Yeah, hey, look, we got an ordinary. Foil ordinary. The Lash. So, my hopes for what they're going to announce, I pray to the heavens that we get the date for Avatar of the Realm at a minimum. At a minimum, that's what I want to see at SorceryCon, is the date for Avatar of the Realm. I would love to get the date and the location, but I will take the date. Give me that so that I know when it is, so that I don't book a vacation during that time. So I would love to hear at SorceryCon an announcement of Avatar of the Realm is going to be blah, whenever it is. Angel Ascendant. That will make me very happy. I know most people are like, well, we want the set name. And I get that. Like, I understand. You know, everybody wants to know what the next set is. They want to know what the next theme is going to be. I understand that desire. But for me, it's much more important that I get the date for Avatar of the Realm Corruptor again. So that I'm not... this year, I'm trying to go over to Europe for just over a week. I have that week picked out, and I am terrified to book it. Absolutely terrified, because it falls in the window of when I think Avatar of the Realm may be. So I'm kind of holding off, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to hold off. Because if I do not, I'm afraid those ticket prices are just going to skyrocket. I'm going over to Germany, I think. I've looked at all sorts of places. I originally was thinking about going to, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. Yeah, it's going to definitely be. I think it's going to be like late May or June, because you don't want it too close to Gen Con. But I can't imagine they're going to wait until after Gen Con if there's going to be no organized play. If there's going to be no organized play until Avatar of the Realm, I don't think they can wait until after Gen Con to have Avatar of the Realm. So May, June feels like when they're going to have it. And of course, this vacation I'm planning to go to Nuremberg, Germany, is June. There's the pool again. I'm getting some duplication here. At Gen Con would be cool, but I don't think they're going to do it at Gen Con. They want to be able to have full control and you don't have control at Gen Con. Gen Con's going to tell you how much space you have, and that's the end of the story. No questions asked. So, but yeah, I'm going to head over. Hey, there's an animist. I'm going to head over to Nuremberg, Germany. There's a couple of small medieval towns in that area that I'm interested in going to. So I decided to do that. I've looked at a number of European cities that I was considering going to. Lisbon in Portugal. I can't... is that... I was looking at Estonia because Tallinn, their capital city, actually has its full medieval wall, which is super cool. But that's kind of close to the war with Ukraine and all that. So I was like, yeah, gonna have to probably leave Estonia out. So yeah, it looks like we're going to Germany. And I also had really looked heavily at Oslo in Norway and was thinking about doing something like that. But I don't know. It's probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be Germany. That's kind of where we're falling. Boy, yeah, we're starting to hit a lot of duplication in that elite slot. But yeah, they need to get Avatar of the Realm announced. Desperately. People need to know those dates. People need to be able to, plan. Because they're going to have to make choices, right? That's unique. I was like, yeah, that's a unique, isn't it? I haven't passed a unique, have I? I don't think I have. Yeah, there we go. All mortals gone. A unique. Oh, yes. Yeah, my great-grandfather was German. He immigrated over here. So, yeah, my great-grandfather was 100% German. So, yeah. Very German. But if we don't get those Avatar of the Realm dates at SorceryCon, I think people are going to start... I'm not going to say... They're just not going to be happy. Because we need those dates, because some people are going to have to choose. They're not going to be able to do Gen Con and Avatar of the Realm. Or, even if someone were to maybe make a bigger trip to one of the SCG events, one of those major SCG events, if they start having Crossroads again, people are going to have to choose. And obviously, like, I want to choose Avatar of the Realm. I won't choose Avatar of the Realm over Gen Con. But I want to go to both. So yeah, what seems to be is that Eric Curiosa is going to organize the whole thing. Could be totally wrong though. Yep. See, there we go. Right. Yeah, exactly. You're ditching SorceryCon because you're hoping for Avatar of the Realm. Totally get it. And that's why we need that date. We need that time. People got to make these choices. And the longer they wait, the more people are going to schedule and end up with conflicts. I could end up on a different continent at the time of Avatar of the Realm if they don't hurry it up. Hey, Book of Blessings. I really would like to see a unique foil in this box. Given that we are on box 4 of this case and have not hit a unique foil, I would really like to see a unique foil in this one. Oh yeah, I'm doing Gen Con. I always do Gen Con. Yeah, in fact, next weekend I get to pay the premium price of $831 for my entry badge to Gen Con. And I know people are wanting like Magic similar sets like that. If they did do Antiquities, I think a theme tied around like Greek and Roman era stuff, I think that would actually work out pretty well. So that could happen. Yeah, I mean, that could definitely be that they want to try to have it as a consistent thing. But, the other problem is eventually... So Origins is in July every year. That's a big gaming convention in Columbus, Ohio. So, they're going to be... summer is bad, right? Everyone has their events in summer. So it's really tough to do that. Oh yeah, yeah. The sorcery is definitely going to be at every SCG event. It's just they don't have those crossroads, right? So as we've seen with the newer SCG events, basically it they they've had a much lower attendance lately because those crossroads have dropped out. So Primo, yeah, there we go. I mean, who knows? You know, given how great Gothic is, I feel pretty confident whatever set 4 is, it's going to be great. The only thing I would be like, oh wait, what are we doing? You know, Eric mentioned that revised is on the way. So what does that mean? Could we potentially have revised this year and then a small set like Arthurian Legends as well? Is that something that they're considering? And they think, you know, between that to onboard people plus the new mini, not a mini set, but, you know, a set the size of Arthurian Legends, is that potentially an option? And those are the things that I think about. So he mentioned revise in an interview. Just, hey, there's a foil. So, yeah, there's a nice foil. Look at that. Yeah, so he just mentioned revised in an interview like last month, I think it was. So yeah, it was very, very recent. Exceptional foil. Because that's all we get are exceptionals. So that was very recent. And yeah, he did say it in the Kickstarter too, but you know, I think we're at a point where people don't want to see more beta. And so the question is, if they did do revise this year, which again, I'm not saying they are, he just mentioned it in that interview. It could be 2, 3, 5 years off. Who knows? You're real funny. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see. They looks like they're turning to the errata as their way to manage problematic cards rather than banning. So we may get more errata by the end of this year than we ever expected. Hey, nice. Needed a second copy of this. Very happy. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, free Tawny. Yeah. All I want for, you know, the Tawny thing, I wish they would have just made it that you at least got to choose when you got to spawn the thing. Doing it turn 1, that just, bleh, makes me so unhappy. Crucifix, and we got a foil here. We got a foil. What's the foil? Oh. Thin Ice. Thin Ice. Very nice. Another exceptional foil. For those of you that have not been able or just haven't played a water deck with Thin Ice and Koinixie yet, if you're on the receiving side of it, it's not going to be fun. And if you are on the... why are we buying out an elite foil? Oh, an elite foil. Okay, you can buy out foils. You do that all you want. You want to play in the foil game, you go right ahead. I don't have any objection. The buyouts of non-foil cards are the ones that bother me. I'm like, oh, come on. Play with foils. Foils are where the fun money's at. You want to spend fun money, go do that with foils. So, I wonder... You're not going to tell us what it is, of course, right? We're not going to know. I guess we can all go look. Go look at TCG Player. What card's getting bought out, guys? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Wow. Yeah, Arthurian Legends was not kind to me at all. I took a bigger beating in Arthurian Legends than any other set. It just broke me over and over and over. All right. Well, that's our... Oh, that's an exceptional. I was thinking that was an elite. All right. Mudslide. Man. That's one, right? Yeah. Juan does some crazy stuff. Oh, double foil pack. It's a double foil pack again. Double foil pack. Boy, this case has had 3 boxes with double foil packs. Huh. So an ordinary and an exceptional. That's interesting. Come on. I just want a foil unique. Give me one, please. I don't want one of those cases. I don't want one of those one foil unique cases. Well, we got something. What do we got coming up here? That's an elite. That's an elite. It's an avatar, so that's cool. You know, yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, let's hope not, man. Those folks who've been saying they've opened a case with like 4 boxes with no foils, that's just brutal. Yeah, getting wrecked in AL. I mean, that's pretty normal. That's very nice. All right. So that probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably finishes out the foils. Probably no more foils. Really? Wow. So double foil. So what you're saying is double foil box cases are not good for the unique foils. Okay. New mechanics? Oh gosh. I just want to get the mechanics down that we have. City of Traders, another unique. Yeah, honestly, I haven't really thought about future mechanics because I'm just so focused on, well, let's just get the rules that we have now straight. So the idea of any type of a future, I can't tell you what I don't want. Counter spells. If we get counter spells, that will actually probably push me out of the game completely. It probably will, like, end my time in sorcery. And I know you all think, no way. Yeah, really. Like, I really dislike counter spells that much. That for me, it would actually probably push me out of the game completely. Well, I've got 2 more boxes left. We ain't got time for 2 more boxes. I got to get up tomorrow and go to work. It's going to be another day. Dormant Monstrosity. Trap cards. Yeah, trap cards, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you really don't realize, like, until you don't have to deal with them anymore, and you're like, oh, this is so nice. I can actually play my turn and do things. Trap cards, that wouldn't be too bad as long as they didn't, like, counter a spell. I mean, if they, like, something you placed down on the board and it did something, I don't know. Earl. I feel like we're light on the uniques again, but yeah, and that's what I like. And I think for me, I came from I did play a lot of TCGs, but I also spent a lot of time playing miniature games. So, for me, my turn was my turn. Yeah, the Doom is an interesting card. I don't know, how many people are putting him out there. All right. We have got 4 packs left. Yeah. So looks like this case may be. Oh, there we go. The old Mortimer dens. Yeah, Spirit. Isn't that the truth? Oh, stop it. There's no Detonate Curio. That weird misprint on Detonate, that's not anything. I don't know what that is. I think even Ed Beard talked about it, and he was like, yeah, that just looks like a hair got on the printing plate. And given that he's probably done that type of stuff, I don't doubt what he's saying. Yeah, 2 spheres. Yeah, it's fun when you get both out, and then they're like pinned in between it. Okay. 2 packs left. I would say this was a weaker box. This was the type of box that when people open it, they're probably not terribly happy. And that's, you know, every box can't be great. Hey, there, another unique Mover Mountains. There we go. Last pack. All right. Yeah, I actually think, oh, that was the one thing I thought about. Because I thought Clairvoyant might be this. I thought that we would get enchant unit cards, auras that enchanted a unit. And Clairvoyant to me actually seemed like a card that could be something that you enchant a unit with. And it's like a, you know, it does something to the unit. So I actually thought enchant unit might be something we would get in this set, and we didn't. Necronoma Concert to finish it out. Would have been nice if that frog had had a bow. All right, so this box did have a Wuthering Heights. That's nice. I think this one did have the Demonic Contract too, right? Oop, did I put... Yeah, I put a stack of exceptionals in there. I think this box had the... or no, was this not the one with the Demonic Contract? No, it wasn't. Okay, it was the other box. So yeah, so we got a Wuthering Heights. That's nice. That's basically a unique at this point. But yeah, this box definitely felt a little weaker overall. Which you're going to have those boxes, and that's okay. But certainly if you only get to open one box or something, that's a little rough. So, but we did get the Archangel. I actually needed a second Archangel really badly because I've been using the one copy I have to play with, and I need a binder copy. I hope that copy's clean. But yeah, so this is what we would call a rougher a rougher box, a rougher spread. Most of those are, you know, like $5 uniques. The Wuthering Heights helps. The Blade Dancer. You know, I don't know what that is. I mean, foil avatars always tend to have a little bit more value because that's a subset of things that people like to collect. So yeah, 4 boxes of this case, no unique foils. I've got 2 more boxes to go. I'll film a video with those, and that'll be 20 boxes of Gothic. And I will probably stop for a while and finish out my sets by buying singles. And boy, am I going to have to buy a lot of cards. Whew, I am not liking that thought at all. Although I think I have the high-end cards. I think I have them all, so that's good. I think that's it. Pretty good. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you at SorceryCon. We are only 3 weekends away now. 3 weekends away from SorceryCon. Hope to see you all there. Tickets still available. Come check it out. Explorer Series is getting ready to launch. If you are in the Midwest, go check it out. They are definitely worth it. Gonna be fun events. I'm gonna be hosting my own in Bloomington, Indiana, in March. I got to get that posted. I was actually supposed to get that posted today. I need to get that done. As always, no more boxes. I got my 2 extras here. We'll film a video with those, and that'll be it. As always, thank you, everyone, and keep on contesting the realm.